All right, then let's talk about a function. Then what is function? So function is a special type of relation that one input value is having exactly one output value. So when we talk about function, then maybe you can think that, just one input value goes to output value, then it's everything is function, but it's actually not. So let's talk about the input value here first. One input value, usually we can express it as sometimes domain. We usually express it as independent variable. We usually express it with x and something like this. And we express one output value usually means we express it with a range, dependent variable, or we usually express it with y. So then let's actually go into a example of function here. I'm going to use a mapping diagram here. So let's say I have input here. Mapping diagram. Let's say I have number values 1, 2, and 3, and output values as let's say I have A, B, C here. So let's say if I have 1 goes to A, which is a relation, right? Expressed with the arrow in mapping diagram, and 2 goes to B, and 3 goes to C. Would this be a function? By definition of function, I am having one input value is having exactly one output value. Therefore, I can say this is a function, and this relation is a function. Okay, here's another example here. I have another mapping diagram here, 1, 2, and 3, and output values here, A, B, C here. This time, the 1 goes to A, have a relation, right? And 2 goes to A as well. And 3 goes to C. So do you think this is a function or not? Majority students think this is not a function, but if we think about the definition of function from the perspective of input values here, let's say I'm a 1, input value 1, I am having exactly one output value, right? From perspective of input value 2, I am having one output value. And from the perspective input value 3, I'm having C as my only output value. So no matter what the perspective of the output values, which is saying that from the perspective of output value A, I'm having relation with 2 input values, but that doesn't matter. So it's not a deal with the perspective of output value. But if we look at from the perspective of input value, each input value is having exactly one output value. And the definition of function is when the one input value is having exactly one output value. And the definition doesn't say anything about the perspective output values here. So just by looking at the input value perspective, I'm having just one output value. So each input value is having one output value. Therefore, we can say this is a function.